Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on this beautiful Thursday morning. It was actually a very big one, a big step, a big giant step for the Flying Eagles right there in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where they actually took a revenge. In fact, got us our own pound of revenge against the Argentines, the host country. I remember 2005, where the likes of Mikel, Chinedu Ogbuke, Monde James, and the rest of them lost to Argentina, the Argentina of Messi, Di Maria, and the rest of them were lost in that final. But this time around, they are the host, and the Flying Eagles, they were not given any chance at all. But last night, they had to prove every critic wrong by actually getting that 2-0 victory over the host Argentina at the Under-20 World Cup 2023 that is ongoing right now. It was actually a proud one. Landabusu, a proud one. The players, they actually gave their best and did everything within their power. And you can see on that video just now, it was a game they played against the Chipolopolo of Zambia en route to the AFCON before they actually qualified for the World Cup. On that note, I'm welcoming you. I'm Emmanuel Fashemi. And before we go to Argentina, let's start with the first story where we have for you the Under-16 team, that is the Under-15 and Under-16 team, right there in the Dream Tournament in Japan. They were pipped by the Netherlands 1-0. That game ended in favor of Netherlands. They are called the Future Eagles. They are being prepared to take over from the senior team when their time comes, because as it stands right now, we actually need players who will take over from the AG ones, the likes of Ahmed Musa, Victor Osimhen. When they're out of the Super Eagles, we should have a team on ground that is going to take over from them, and it's being coached by no other person, Coach Haruna Elerica, who took them to Japan. They lost their first game against the Netherlands. They have to play Japan and the other country in their group. They will be playing tomorrow, and then the last game will be over the weekend. Let's see. This tournament happened in 2019. Nigeria was there, but with the one of 2020, due to the pandemic worldwide, it was not able. They were not able to hold that tournament. But this time around, I think the Future Eagles are in Japan to actually do us proud. Let's see how good they are. Probably before, if they come back from the tournament, let's see where they will finish in that tournament. It's just the game is all about exposing these young ones to what it is out there for them to know what it means. Because most of these players have never played in the front of 500 spectators before. The turf they are saying, the kind of stadium they are playing in, they've not seen that in Nigeria before. And at some point, the coach said it was fright from the players because what they actually saw was different. But it's a good one because it's all about exposure. It's all about giving them that sense of belonging. It's all about making them to know, okay, you can do it when it comes to the biggest stage in the world, like what the Flying Eagles did. So overall, I think they still have 2 games to play right there in Japan. And probably, let's see if they will get a win in the remaining 2 games, and maybe they finish second in that group or probably top the group and see and then play the finals and what have you at the Dream Tournament happening in Japan. Well, all hope is not lost. They still have a game to play tomorrow and over the weekend. Let's quickly move away from that story and head straight to the big one, the one that actually happened last night. The match had to enroll into the late night, midnight yesterday, and for the Flying Eagles, they were fantastic, superb. This was the team that actually played Italy. The way they actually played Italy, that is the same way they played the host Argentina. They never saw it coming. They were stunned goal from Skiri Alimi. And I remember that flying nodding. The same flying nodding was what Chinedu Ogbuke gave us a lifeline at the 2005 Under-20 World Cup in Netherlands. And yesterday we still have the repeat of the flying nodding against the same country, Argentina. It was a big one. It was a big one for Coach Landabusu. Proud man. His players are actually their heads is held up high right now. They are basking the euphoria of beating the host, the Argentines, because you know, when you are playing against the host, you have to play 11-man player, and then you play the 12th player, which is the fans, and probably at some point you have to play against the referee. But as it stands, the Golden Eagles, I beg your pardon, the Flying Eagles have qualified for the quarterfinal after they actually beat Argentina 2-0 ended last night, and they will be waiting for either Ecuador or South Korea as it stands right now. Whoever comes, I believe these guys has what it takes to actually get that win and go straight to the semi-final, because if you look at the game last night, the Argentines were all over Nigeria, but we kept our cool, played, the defense was so fantastic, they were compactable, no nonsense, they never allowed the Argentines came close, even on the few moments and few occasions that they had their chances. And Igboso, the goalkeeper, a man who has gotten a club in Ukraine right now, was equal to the task, bringing out some good saves before we got those 2 goals. And it was the same fashion we actually beat the Italians. And when we lost to Brazil, everybody started wagging their tongue and say, okay, can this team actually go far in the tournament? But right now, it's no longer that question. Can the other teams beat Nigeria the way it stands now? Because Nigeria has now become a dreaded team right there in Argentina. Let's see who comes, Ecuador or South Korea. They will be having their game today. Whoever comes, I believe the Flying Eagles, Landon Bosuan and his team and his foot soldiers are actually ready to take on any team and probably give us that semi-final ticket. And who says Nigeria cannot reach the final again after we got to the final in 2005? On 2 occasions we've been to the final and we're runners-up. Maybe this time around, Mother Luck will just shine on us and actually bring the cup back to Nigeria. And Landa Bosu has said, I have set my sight on lifting the trophy. It's not by talking, but it's by doing it on the pitch of play. And so far, so good. Him and his boys have actually done it on the pitch of play. Congratulations to the Flying Eagles. They were fantastic, superb. I was so happy. My late night was not a waste. I had actually watched that game till the end, and I was happy for the victory. Congratulations to them. Let's see who we play in the quarterfinals and probably get to the semi-final. Let's move away from that story and then come back to Africa. Now the same, okay, now we are going to talk about the women's team where the WAFU B tournament is going on in Ghana. Our own Falconets, they are also under 20. It was a beautiful one yesterday for our under 20 male and female. I think they are doing well in the tournament. So far, so good. These ladies, these girls have scored 19 goals in this tournament so far. In the group stage, they scored 13 goals. In 2 matches, they scored 13 goals, and now they've made it 19 goals. They actually defeated Benin in that semi-final, and now they will be playing Ghanaian in the final come this weekend. Who is going to win this tournament? We are the most successful side when it comes to the WAFU B tournament for the women. And Chris Danjuma, a fantastic coach, a coach that understands what women's football is all about, is actually doing us proud right there in Ghana. That game came up at Babayara Stadium where the Super Eagles couldn't qualify for the World Cup. They played a goalless draw and came down to Abuja, and then it also ended on 1-1. Courtesy of away guru, Ghana played in Qatar 2022. But this time around, our guests have broken that jinx. They've broken the voodoo. They are beating teams right, left, and center, scoring goals with reckless abandon. That is what you want to see. And on their preparation right here in Abuja, they were also scoring goals. And in the tournament proper, they have scored 19 good goals so far. They will be playing Ghana over the weekend. Who wins this tournament? Can Ghana? They are actually talking tough also that they are going to stop the Falconets from winning this tournament. What do they have to give? What do they have to show? What do they have to do to beat the Falconets? And I know Chris Danjuma is actually ready, himself and the girls. And if you look at it, the girl from the under-17 who actually was fantastic and won the Golden Boot at the under-17, that is the person of Esther Ajakaye, was fantastic, who has been scoring goals also, but yesterday she couldn't get any of the goals. So far, so good. She has gotten about 5 goals in the tournament. It was Onyedeze that actually got a brace in that game, and now they are in the final. Come this weekend, they will be playing the Ghanaian team, the host, and probably we might win and leave the trophy back to Nigeria. Let's move away from that story and head straight to Europe, where the almighty Sevilla, they are called the Europa League people, just the way they've dubbed Real Madrid Mr. Champions League, we have dubbed Sevilla Mr. Europa League. They've won it for a record 7th time. They were up against a coach who has never lost any of his European final. That is the person of Jose Mourinho. But last night they had to go to extra time and straight to penalty. And after that, Sevilla were fantastic. They have to score all their first spot kick, with Roma missing 2. A man, Mancini, who scored the own goal and also missed his own spot kick. It was actually a bad night for Mancini after Dybala actually put Roma up with 1 goal, and everybody thought, okay, this time around Roma was going to break the jinx for Sevilla, but it didn't happen. They have to try again. They have to wait. As it stands right now, Sevilla is on their way to the UEFA Champions League. That is actually what they wanted. They always come through the back door. If they come to the Champions League, they play the group stage and probably get knocked out from the group stage. They'll fall to the Europa League. They know they'll go and lift it and then come back to play the Champions League again. It was a fantastic one for Sevilla. Record 7th title. They won it with Unai Emery. They won twice with Lopetegui. They won with a lot of coaches. 7th time they've won it. They are the highest team to have won win the Europa League. No team has came close. Just the way Real Madrid has won the Champions League 14 good times, with no team actually nearing them. That is what Sevilla is also doing right now with Europa League, setting the pace. 7th title last night. Good one for the likes of Monti and the rest of them. Jesus Navas, who is a fantastic captain, who was actually fantastic on the night. The likes of Ocampos and the rest of them, they were good on the night. AS Roma, they just have to lick their wounds after they missed about 2 spot kick, courtesy of this young man, Mancini and Cristante, missing their own spot kick. And Monti, a man who also took the last spot kick in the Qatar World Cup 2022 for Argentina, scored. He first of all, after playing the first time, there was an encroachment from Rui Patricio. They said he left the line, and at the end he was asked to take a repeat of that, and then the second time he was able to convert it, and that gave them the trophy. Good one for Sevilla. Congratulations to them. They will be playing in the UEFA Champions League come next season. Like I said, they always come through the back door, and from the back door they also drop through the back door to the Europa League, and then they go and lift it. Let's see if they can still do the miracle come next season, or what happens. Okay, let's move away from that story and quickly let's head straight to England, where Manchester United has agreed personal terms with Mason Mount. This guy has been a subject of speculation of leaving Chelsea this season. Good one for this young man. He has been fantastic. He has been good for Chelsea. He's a man who all Chelsea fans love. People have been saying he shouldn't leave Chelsea, but the man wants to leave. He wants to get a regular play time. Pochettino is coming. What does Pochettino hold for Mason Mount? He was actually a fantastic player under Frank Lampard. First stint for Frank Lampard, he was virtually used in every game from Frank Lampard. But after some injury, he fell out of favor with the coach, and Lampard sacking didn't help this young man's development at all. And he has been struggling to actually get form. But this time around, he's unsettled. They said he has agreed personal term with Manchester United. Let's see if that deal will fall through. Is actually they are going to sell him for a rival team, Manchester United. Will Chelsea allow Mason Mount to leave and go to Manchester United? Is now left to be seen of Mason Mount leaving Chelsea for Manchester United this season. And I can tell you, if this man goes to Manchester United, Erik ten Hag has said he has the sugar-coated tongue to actually persuade this man to join Man U. What is Erik ten Hag going to tell him? Is Erik ten Hag going to tell him you will be playing 90 minutes? We still have the likes of Casemiro in that team. We have Fred. Probably maybe Fred might leave. We have this young man from Scotland, McTominay, and the rest of them. Will he have his own chance in that team where we still have the ever ready and ever playing Casemiro in that midfield? Let's see if he will come, because Manchester United also, they want to rebuild. They are building their team for next season. They want to get all the players they can get right now and probably really challenge for all the trophies come next season, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Premier League itself. They are in the FA Cup final. Manchester United right now, they will be playing Manchester City, the first Manchester derby ever in the history of FA Cup. Come this weekend, it will be happening on the 3rd on Saturday, right here at Wembley. Who lifts the trophy? Manchester United or Manchester City? Who is hungry for success? Who is hungry for the treble? They also want to emulate what Manchester United did in 1999 by winning all 3 trophies. They won the Carling Cup, they won the Champions League, and they won the Premier League. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, the likes of David Beckham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and the rest of them were in that squad that time. Ruud van Nistelrooy, Fabian Barthez, a lot of them in that squad, Teddy Sheringham, and the rest of them were in that squad where Manchester United beat Bayern Munich, courtesy of extra time golden goal from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the dying stages of that game. I think Bayern Munich has never forgotten that. That is why anytime Bayern Munich is playing Manchester United, they are always out to put miseries and pain on Manchester United. But overall, come this weekend, it is Manchester derby in the FA Cup. Let's see who wins. Let's see who will be crowned FA Cup winners 2023. Is it Man U? Is it Manchester United? And for Messi Mount, if he actually goes to Manchester United, well, if you ask me, it's going to be a big one for him. It's going to be a fantastic move because the team is trying to rebuild and he's going to get his time under Erik ten Hag, where he will do well. And quickly before we go, let's move straight to the last story, where Liverpool is in talks with this very fantastic midfielder, Argentine midfielder Alex McAllister, who plays for Brighton. He's a man who was actually instrumental in Argentina winning the World Cup in Qatar, a World Cup winner. He's a good player. He plays very well. He has the skills, he has this quality, the speed and everything. I believe he's going to fit into Liverpool's pattern because Jurgen Klopp actually needs all he can get right now to see if they can also challenge for trophies come next season, because they've been struggling for quite some time right now. They've been struggling. Let's see what he's going to do with Liverpool. And if Liverpool can get McAllister, fantastic move, fantastic player for a very fantastic team. They also are, when it comes to football in Europe, they are powerhouse. That is Liverpool. They've won the Champions League 6 times. They've won the Premier League 19 times. They are the only team that is chasing Manchester United 20 records of winning the Premier League. Can they actually win the Premier League come next season? Let's see what happens. In 2019, they were Champions League finalists and winner, and then they also won the Premier League. For Liverpool, they actually need all the players they can get in the world right now, and probably, like I said, compete for honors come next season. And if to tell you the truth, McAllister is going to be that kind of player that Liverpool will actually want to come to their side. And if the deal falls through, who says he's not going to have his time with the likes of Stadium? I beg your pardon right now, Mo Salah, Firmino is out of the team now. He's going out from the team now. We have Mo Salah, we have the likes of Diaz, Ruben Diaz, and Diaz, I beg your pardon, not Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz is in Man City. Diaz and the rest of them, Carvalho, another fantastic and young player. Tim Snickers, Robinson, who plays on the left side. We have Arnold, who has been drafted into the midfield. And if McAllister joins Liverpool, I think Arnold will go back to his normal position because he played from the right wing back. But Jurgen Klopp has actually seen this young man is going to fit into this team and probably see that he gets him, and then for Arnold to go back to his rightful position where he plays the right wing back. It's on this note we'll be calling it a wrap on the program 360 this morning. I've been your host, Emmanuel Fasheme. I leave you with the clip of the Flying Eagles against the Chipolopolo of Zambia, where they actually prepare for the AFCON under 20 in Egypt. Let's have that video quickly and we'll end with that.